A few months ago, we made a decision that some people thought was risky. We removed close rate accountability from every client agreement we have. Not temporarily, not as an experiment, permanently. And I want to explain exactly why, because the reasoning matters more than the decision. When a broker buys leads from you and the results disappoint them, the first thing they do is blame the close rate. Your leads only converted at 4%. My other vendor converts at 12. Sounds like a legitimate complaint, except it isn't. Here's why. Different intent signals, different qualification levels. One vendor might be sending people who filled out a form 6 months ago. Another might be sending fresh opt-ins from yesterday. Comparing close rates across those sources isn't analysis, it's noise. And we were allowing that noise to become disputes, refund requests, back and forth conversations that went nowhere and burned everyone's time. The close rate metric was creating conflict, not accountability. Here's the question I kept coming back to. What do we actually control? We control whether the lead had a real soft credit pull on file before it was delivered. We control whether the revenue was verified. We control whether the business owner actively submitted a form requesting funding information, not 6 months ago, but recently. We control whether that lead went to one broker and one broker only. That's the contract. That's what we stand behind. What we don't control is what happens after the lead hits the broker's desk. We don't control the script they use. We don't control how fast they call. We don't control whether they get a voicemail or a live answer. We don't control whether the broker has the skills to close. And frankly, a broker who's calling our leads 3 days later and blaming the lead quality is not a broker we want to keep working with anyway. Removing close rate from the agreement wasn't just a legal decision. It was a positioning decision. It forced a very clear conversation at the front of every new client relationship. We tell them upfront we are responsible for delivering a qualified, verified, exclusive referral. You are responsible for closing it. If you're not closing, we want to know, but we're going to diagnose it together, not blame the lead automatically. That conversation filters out the wrong clients immediately. The brokers who push back hard on that framing are the problem. The brokers who say, that's fair, I know how to close, I just need quality on your end. Those are the whale brokers, the ones doing real volume. The ones who understand that leads and closing are two separate skills. We made a decision to build for them, not for everyone. Look, every lead vendor has dealt with this. The broker who blames the leads when the real problem is their follow-up speed. The dispute that goes nowhere. The chargeback that costs you more in time than it does in money. Most vendors just absorb it. They accept that it's part of the business. We decided it wasn't part of our business. You can build a lead program around protecting yourself from bad clients, or you can build one that attracts the right ones. We chose the second path. If that resonates with you, links in the description. See you in the next one.